Light has always been a significant symbol in various cultures and religions, representing purity, truth, and divinity. The Bible, for instance, describes God as dwelling in unapproachable light, a light that no one can approach or see. This imagery emphasizes the holiness and purity of God, who is beyond human comprehension and reach. The concept of divine light serves to remind us of God's infinite wisdom and the sacredness of His presence. As we embark on a spiritual journey, we will explore the depths of this divine light and seek to understand the nature of God, who alone dwells in unapproachable light. Our quest will take us through various theological perspectives, personal experiences, and reflections that will help us gain a deeper appreciation of this divine attribute. Together, let us uncover the mysteries of the divine light and seek to experience God's presence in our lives. The concept of divine light is one that has fascinated theologians, philosophers, and believers for centuries. To comprehend the significance of God who alone dwells in unapproachable light, it is essential first to explore the nature of light itself and its symbolic meanings across various cultures and religions. Light has always been a powerful symbol of purity, truth, and divinity. In many religious traditions, light represents the presence of the divine and is often used to signify enlightenment, wisdom, and spiritual awakening. The natural sources of light, such as the sun, stars, and fire, have inspired awe and reverence throughout human history, serving as reminders of the greater forces at work in the universe. In the Bible, the concept of divine light is particularly prominent. Several passages describe God as dwelling in unapproachable light, emphasizing His holiness and purity. For example, in 1 Timothy 6, verse 16, it states, "He alone has immortality and dwells in unapproachable light, whom no one has ever seen or can see. To Him be honor and eternal dominion." Amen. This verse highlights the transcendence of God, who exists beyond the limits of human perception and understanding. The unapproachable light symbolizes the divine nature of God, which is too pure and holy for humans to encounter directly. The symbolism of light can also be found in other religious traditions. In Islam, light Nur is one of the names of God, and it represents His divine presence and guidance. The Quran describes God as the light of the heavens and the earth. Quran 2400 hours 35 signify His omnipresence and the illumination of truth and wisdom that comes from His divine essence. Similarly, in Judaism, light is a central symbol of God's presence, with the menorah in the temple symbolizing the eternal light of God. The theological implications of divine light extend beyond its symbolic meaning. The unapproachable light of God serves as a reminder of His absolute holiness and purity. It underscores the idea that God is wholly other, existing in a realm beyond human comprehension. This concept is essential in understanding the relationship between God and humanity. While humans strive to draw closer to God through prayer, worship, and righteous living, the unapproachable light signifies that there will always be a gap between Creator and the created. This gap, however, is not a barrier to a relationship with God, but rather a testament to His greatness and the profound mystery of His divine nature. In the Christian tradition, the incarnation of Jesus Christ bridges this gap, making the divine light more accessible to humanity. Through His life, teachings, death, and resurrection, Jesus reveals the nature of God and provides a way for believers to experience the divine light. In John 8, verse 12, Jesus declares, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." This statement emphasizes the transformative power of divine light in the lives of believers, guiding them towards spiritual enlightenment and a deeper relationship with God. The concept of God's unapproachable light is a profound and deeply rooted idea in various religious traditions. In Christianity, the notion of divine light is central to the understanding of God's nature. The Bible often describes God as a radiant light, symbolizing His purity, holiness, and transcendence. For example, 1 Timothy 6, verse 16 states, "He alone has immortality and dwells in unapproachable light, whom no one has ever seen or can see. To Him be honor and eternal dominion." Amen. This verse highlights the idea that God's divine essence is beyond human comprehension and perception. The unapproachable light signifies the absolute holiness of God, who is entirely separate from the imperfections of the created world. Christian theologians have long contemplated the significance of divine light. St. Augustine, an influential early Christian theologian, wrote extensively about the nature of God's light. He saw it as a metaphor for God's truth and wisdom, illuminating the path for believers to follow. In his work Confessions, Augustine describes his own spiritual journey as a quest to seek and understand the divine light, ultimately leading him to a deeper relationship with God. In the Eastern Orthodox tradition, the concept of divine light is also significant. The Orthodox Church emphasizes the idea of the uncreated light, which is the eternal and divine light of God. This light is believed to be a manifestation of God's presence and is experienced by saints and mystics in moments of profound spiritual insight. The Orthodox tradition teaches that through prayer, asceticism, and the sacraments, believers can experience glimpses of this divine light, drawing closer to God. In Islam, the concept of divine light is equally important. One of the names of God in Islam is An-Nur, which means the light. The Quran describes God as the light of the heavens and the earth. Quran 2400 hours 35. This verse emphasizes God's omnipresence and illumination of truth and wisdom that emanates from his divine essence. Islamic scholars and mystics have interpreted this verse in various ways, often focusing on the idea that God's light guides believers on the path of righteousness and truth. In Sufism, the mystical branch of Islam, the concept of divine light plays a central role in the spiritual journey of the seeker. Sufi mystics seek to experience the divine light through practices such as dhikr, remembrance of God, meditation, and contemplation. The goal of these practices is to purify the heart and soul, allowing the seeker to draw closer to God and experience his divine presence. Judaism also holds a concept of divine light in high regard. In Jewish tradition, light is a powerful symbol of God's presence and guidance. The menorah, a 7-branch candelabrum, was used in the ancient temple in Jerusalem and symbolizes the eternal light of God. The menorah's flames represent the divine light that illuminates a path for the faithful and guides them in their spiritual journey. Kabbalah, the mystical tradition within Judaism, delves deeply into the nature of divine light. Kabbalists believe that God's light is the source of all creation and that it flows through the 10 sefirot, or attributes of God, which are depicted as channels of divine energy. Through study, meditation, and righteous living, Kabbalists seek to align themselves with this divine light and achieve spiritual enlightenment. The concept of God's unapproachable light serves as a reminder of his absolute holiness and transcendence across various religious traditions. It emphasizes the idea that while God is beyond human comprehension, believers can still strive to experience his presence through prayer, meditation, and righteous living. This divine light guides and illuminates the spiritual path, helping believers draw closer to God and gain a deeper understanding of his nature. The unapproachable light of God, while beyond human reach, inspires countless individuals to seek his presence in their lives. Despite the divine light's transcendence, people from various walks of life have shared profound experiences of feeling connected to God through moments of prayer, meditation, and spiritual awakening. One of the most powerful ways individuals experience God's presence is through prayer. Prayer is a direct line of communication with the divine, allowing believers to express their thoughts, desires, and gratitude. It is in these moments of heartfelt prayer that many people report feeling an overwhelming sense of peace and closeness to God. The act of praying with sincerity and faith can open the heart to the divine light, fostering a deeper connection with the Creator. Meditation is another practice that helps individuals draw nearer to God's unapproachable light. By quieting the mind and focusing on the divine, meditation creates a space for spiritual reflection and inner peace. Many religious traditions, including Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and Hinduism, incorporate meditation as a means to experience the presence of the divine. Through regular meditation, believers can cultivate a heightened awareness of God's presence and feel the warmth of his light illuminating their souls. Personal testimonies and stories of spiritual awakening serve as powerful reminders of God's presence in our lives. Individuals who have encountered the divine light often describe their experiences as life-changing, marked by a profound sense of awe and reverence. These encounters can occur in various settings, such as during a quiet moment in nature, in the midst of a worship service, or even in the midst of daily life. The common thread in these stories is a transformative impact of experiencing God's unapproachable light, which brings a deeper understanding of his holiness and love. For example, the story of St. Paul's conversion on the road to Damascus is a powerful illustration of experiencing the divine light. as described in Acts 9 verses 3 to 6, as he neared Damascus on his journey. Suddenly a light from heaven flashed around him. He fell to the ground and heard a voice say to him, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" "Who are you, Lord?" Saul asked. "I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting," he replied. "Now get up and go into the city, and you will be told what you must do." This encounter, the unapproachable light, transformed Saul into Paul, a devoted apostle of Christ, demonstrating the life-altering power of experiencing God's presence. Similarly, many modern-day believers have shared their stories of encountering God's light. These personal testimonies often highlight moments of profound clarity, peace, and spiritual renewal. By seeking God's presence through prayer, meditation, and a sincere desire to know Him, individuals can experience the divine light in their own unique ways. Spiritual practices and rituals also play a crucial role in helping individuals connect with the divine light. In Christianity, the sacraments, such as communion and baptism, serve as tangible expressions of God's grace and presence. In Islam, the daily prayers, salah, and the act of fasting during Ramadan foster a deeper connection with God. In Hinduism, rituals such as puja and meditation on the divine light Jyotirlinga facilitate a sense of closeness to Creator. By engaging in these practices with devotion and sincerity, believers can open themselves to experiencing God's unapproachable light. It is through these moments of spiritual connection that the divine light can illuminate our hearts and minds, guiding us on our spiritual journey. As we reflect on these experiences, it becomes clear that while God's unapproachable light is beyond human reach, we can still strive to draw closer to Him. By cultivating a life of prayer, meditation, and sincere devotion, we can open our hearts to the divine light and experience the profound presence of God in our lives.